All right, my friends, welcome to another episode of Prof and Dev Play Games. My name is Larry, the professor at Prof Plays Games on Twitter, and over there is Anthony, the dev at SummerSpeak on Twitter. And I don't know if I said it was 2:30. I probably forgot because I was looking at my podcast feed. But just to make it clear, this is 2:30, not whatever other fucking bullshit number I make up. How's it going?
3:20.
3:20, 4:20. Light it up.
Oh man, get to 4:20. Oh no.
Let's do that one high.
Oh no.
4:20. What is that? That's a couple years.
That's a couple years.
1, 2, 3, 3.5 years, something like that. No, we're not gonna. That's a ways away. We don't have to plan for that for now. How the hell are you doing? It's been a while.
Yeah, it has been a bit.
Missed our Sunday because I was off with Brad gallivanting.
You got to, I assume, play some games?
No, actually, we watched the Royal Rumble. Watched wrestling.
Oh man.
It was a lot of fun.
Insanely machismo soap opera, basically.
Yeah, it's a soap opera for dudes, but they have the 30-woman Royal Rumble. There's a female Royal Rumble and a male Royal Rumble.
There you go.
So definitely my favorite wrestling event. It's just a bunch of people in the ring. It's just fucking chaos.
Pretty much.
Yeah, so it was a lot of fun.
With some interludes to some story here and there.
Yeah, hints of it, not so much. Not much story. It's just me. I don't watch wrestling anymore. But sometimes these big pay-per-views, and I'm trying to piece together the story. Like, who's that? What are they doing?
Who's the villain now?
Yeah, exactly. But it was still a really good time.
Awesome.
But I missed our Sunday, so here we are, publishing Wednesday, recording Tuesday night, and we're talking about Steam and Epic and GOG and basically just the landscape of the online kind of portals to the online stores, basically the portals to buy your games online, and what's been happening, what we think about it.
Yeah.
I guess should we add Stadia to that? Does that really count?
Not yet.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, we could actually. We'll come up when we talk about GeForce.
Oh yeah, GeForce Now.
Because it launched.
It did. So I'm looking forward.
It's different. Where you have Stadia that has no games, GeForce Now has a bunch of games.
But can I play my Steam library using GeForce Now?
A lot of your games on Steam, because they hook up to your digital stores.
Oh, wow.
And they pull from your library as long as the publisher has agreed, which there was a kerfluffle with Activision games. Where they first were on GeForce Now, but then Activision was like, no, take those down.
Right.
But then NVIDIA came out and said it wasn't because Activision wasn't okay with it. They just didn't actually properly sign all the paperwork.
Oh.
And they couldn't legally put it up there.
Right.
So they're reworking on going through whatever things they need to go through. But basically, you don't buy games with GeForce Now. You buy a subscription to let you do the streaming, to use the app for more than an hour at a time.
And they
have a free version to just try it, and you can play for a session as for an hour.
And it's an hour a day, from what I read, which is rad, because that's about all I play.
Yeah. But supposedly it just hooks up to your different libraries. That can hook up to Steam and Epic. I don't know about GOG, but potentially other ones. Maybe Origin, because I know you can play Apex on there. And it just kind of browses your library. Like, you let it see what you have in your library, and you can play whatever games have been approved.
Dude, that sounds like a fucking Stadia killer.
A little bit.
Because the library problem is the thing with Stadia.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess there's some tech issues as well, although I haven't really experienced too many of them. But
GeForce Now has the same issues tech-wise. That IGN doing their review was basically like, hey, we tried it all under all sorts of different conditions and different rooms from the router, the whole thing. And they're like, best experience? Sitting in the same room, either with Ethernet or Wi-Fi with the router.
Which is where you would have your computer anyways.
50 megabit or better connection.
Yeah.
And they were like, fine. Ran just fine.
Yep.
No issues. As soon as they started moving away from that main room, like with the laptop to bedroom or outside of the ideal area, you started getting some degradation of performance and lag.
Right.
Which totally makes sense. Said their office network had some issues, but it's an office network. It's very congested.
Yep.
With traffic, so was weird inconsistencies there at times, and like it sounds exactly what like Google Stadia has problems with sometimes. Like it's the same streaming problem.
It feels like it's the best place that it works is the place where you'd probably have your PC anyways.
Yeah, pretty much.
Which kind of sucks.
But yeah, so that's a thing now. So, but that's, like I said, just a service to stream the games you already own.
Now that part is the sweet part.
Yeah. Sounds a lot like what Google probably should have worked with there.
Yeah.
Instead of being their own storefront as well. But we'll see if any of them, if it takes off or not. I haven't seen like a ton of press on it, but it's in super early. It isn't. It's like open beta, but it's still clearly beta.
Yeah. Well, so is Stadia. So.
Yeah, exactly. But to the storefronts, I mean, we have now gone through just over a year of the Epic Game Store being around as a somewhat true contender to Steam, or at least trying to be.
A year of free games.
It has been a year of free games. They're doing another year of free games. You texted me, was it today?
Yeah, today.
Because, yeah, what is it? It's Syndicate.
Yeah.
A Syndicate is coming up later this week.
Yep, it's Feria, which we both have on Steam, and then it's Assassin's Creed Syndicate coming out starting the 20th. Right now it's Aztec and Kingdom Come Deliverance, which are pretty good titles, actually.
Both picked up.
Yep.
Yep, Feria and Syndicate. I mean, I've gotten so many games for free on here.
Oh, God, yeah. I was just looking at my library.
Just like, man, I probably have close to like 50 games on here at this point. Yeah,
I wonder if I don't think I have that many.
3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10. Yeah, probably close to 50. Yeah.
Shit. 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 40. Fucking hell. Yep, I've got about 50. I purchased 1, 2. I bought Hades, and I bought what's the other one I bought? John Wick Hex.
Okay. Yeah.
Which I think is not out yet.
I don't know.
Well, it says I can install it. Shit, did that already come out?
Yeah, it's out. Yeah, it came out.
Oh.
I was pretty. Yeah, and so like they've done their free games, at least getting people to come back to basically into the Epic Games ecosystem.
Right, keep coming back and looking at our store interface. Every
couple weeks, basically.
Mm-hmm.
And they've had their exclusives, and some of those are now coming up at the end of exclusivity, like Hades, because you can get that on Steam now.
I think it's on Steam now, yeah, right.
Yeah. I think all of them were like a year-long exclusivity.
Right.
And so we'll see a lot of these games now stopping that and coming out on Steam as they had always planned. And I know when this first all happened, people were like, "Rah, have to use different storefronts. Why?"
Mm-hmm.
But if Hades is any example, it was only good for the devs. They got upfront money from Epic to be exclusive, sold some copies through Epic Game Store for a year, and then went to Steam and they launched on Steam with a specific update that was going out for it. And they made a bunch of money on Steam as well.
That's what it feels like. I was reading an article from PC World, which, where'd the quote go? Epic, yeah, he wrote, this person says, this is like a December 2019 article where he says, last December I wrote, Epic doesn't need to convince players to use Epic, it only needs to convince developers. And I feel like it's been, with that split, pretty good for developers.
Yeah.
The 88-12?
88-12, which is especially good, yeah, for devs, and Epic is doing a lot of exclusives up front to these devs and picking and choosing what they're putting on the store. It's not like you're finding everything on here. It's a pretty curated list of games, and I think it's working for them. Like, it's not an insane challenger for Steam. Steam still is a vast majority of PC digital sales.
Right.
But Epic Game Store is taken seriously, and I think any dev studio that's putting out a game would at least consider it, and especially if they felt like they could get some extra value out of the doing an exclusive deal sometimes. Like,
yeah, I guess
you can't just ignore it.
Right, you have to balance that against like maybe the vitriol has toned down, but in the beginning,
kind of feels like it. Some,
yeah.
Like I still feel like there's general like another store, or it's not that great. It is a bit slow. Doesn't have all the features of Steam.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of the interface.
Yeah.
It just seems very bare bones, which I think was the point, just to get something up and going. But I am a super big fan of free games.
Yeah.
So I'll just keep coming up. Even, obviously, we have a lot of these games on other platforms, but some of them we don't.
Yeah.
Like Aztec, I don't.
Yeah.
And I've been looking at that one for a while, so that's kind of fun.
Yeah, I was Kingdom Come Deliverance is actually one that I've been kind of like. I never really wanted to spend money to get.
Yeah, right.
But I'm curious about. And so now I get to play that.
Yeah, I got that one on a Humble Bundle a little while ago.
I'm trying to see. But I think one of the big things that has been doing, being a serious challenger to Steam, has actually like lit a fire under Valve to actually like put new features into Steam.
Yeah, I guess I wonder about that, because that seems like what competition would do, right? Like with the Xbox Game Pass, like that has to be lighting a fire under PlayStation to do something. We don't know what that is yet. So then what's the thing that Steam has said, okay, Epic is driving us to do this new feature or something?
I think it's definitely driven their library update. Just general UI fixes to Steam that people have been not upset about, but they've just very old and untouched for a very long time because they didn't need to touch them.
They didn't need to, yeah.
So there's the whole library update, just making your games more presentable, like it much easier to show like up at the top of your library. For me, at least, it shows like what's new on the games that I own.
So you're in your library.
Articles.
You go in your library and just go home, and then which button are you pushing?
Nothing. I just have a thing up top called What's New.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
And it shows me updates to, like, especially recently played games. Like, the community updates, the dev updates, keeping me update there. It shows me my recent games, and then my uncategorized games. I sorted all my PopCap games into another category.
Oh, nice.
Since I have every goddamn one of them.
Right. Yeah, I was going to say, the new What's New thing isn't really working for me simply because I've recently only played Counter-Strike with my cousin. There you go. So it's just a ton of Counter-Strike updates.
There you go.
Like, okay, well, fine.
But I mean, there's just some features there. The store itself, I've noticed they've revamped on how the featured and recommended, what special offers you see, the Steam Labs recommendations, so you can explore deeper into games. So like, I have dive into more games like Astroneer.
Yeah.
Spelled out. And I can explore deep dive. And it's like, hey, you liked Astroneer. Here's games with similar tags, like nicely presented. And then you can like dig through there. What is this one? It says, hey, if you like Astroneer, you might like No Man's Sky. That's true. Seems right. And it shows you a path of like the games, the tiles you're clicking through. So I went from Astroneer to No Man's Sky. That's cool. Says from here that maybe I would like this game called Star Explorers.
So it's basically helping you research your competition.
Actually, this is a great thing. It's definitely doing that on this one.
That's awesome.
Community recommendations. Definitely showing a lot more indie stuff there. They're trying to just clearly surface more games curated to the person looking at the page.
Yeah. I still want to know how much hentai you're getting.
Let me count. All right, so we have new and trending. What do we get? We have... I don't know. It has sexual content. A game called Perky Little Things. A game called Being a Dick, D-I-K, where the actual title is like Greek letter triangle. I-K is probably some college awful thing. A visual novel. This doesn't say it has sexual content, but it's called Kill or Love.
So are these the ones that come under the thing that says our learning machine thinks you'll enjoy it? It's coming up there?
No, this is under new and trending for me.
Okay,
it's also a curated list.
Okay.
Moe era. Jesus, guys.
So let me tell you what Steam Labs recommends for me. Katana Zero, bingo. Hitman 2, bingo. Donut County, yep. Minute, yep. Captain Spirit, yes. One Finger Death Punch 2, probably not. I don't know, though. Resident Evil 2, yes. The New Orwell, yes. Ace Attorney, yes. Catherine, yes. Devil May Cry 5, yes. And then a game called Eliza, which I've never heard of, but looks interesting. So these are all games that either, yes, I'm way into, or the one that I don't know anything about, I would like to look more into, because they've nailed those ones at least.
Yeah, what is mine on that one? Our learning machine thinks you'll enjoy Fell Seal. I probably would if the art wasn't terrible. Outward, yeah, thought about that one. Shadows Awakening, haven't heard that. It's an action RPG, though. That is an isometric action RPG. What are you?
Excuse us while we explore our machine learning.
But I mean, it's
curation.
I think this is going. It's actually like, especially the ones down in the labs, do a good job on recommendations. Dragon Quest XI.
I feel like a lot of the complaints was surfacing games. So if they've done some work toward fixing that because of competition, like, yes, thank God there was some competition, because it was especially, I assume from the dev side, like, surfacing your game to someone who might enjoy it was next to impossible.
It was. The only way you could hope to do it was getting a bunch of wish lists. That was pretty much the only way you could influence it.
Is that because the more wish lists you got, the higher put it in some sort of list?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
It showed activity. People might want it. So then they'll surface it to other people. So I feel like just in general, Steam and Valve has been trying very, very hard to basically fix their shit. Right,
because why fix it? There's no reason to.
And now there's a reason to, because people are like, hey, these are the problems with Steam. Fix them, please. Finally, these need to be taken care of, or someone's going to take your top spot. Maybe that's not Epic, but someone else will come by and make a better storefront.
Because what if Epic came in and had hit all those things plus the free games? Like, it really would have pushed people over to say, wow, they have the features and this shit. But obviously they don't have the features.
No, they don't have the features. And I'll be honest, as the dev side of things, it's not as easy to get your game up on Epic. They curate a lot more. It's trivial to get your game up on Steam.
Which is, for the end user...
Pay your $100.
Right,
put your game up, get through a very simple approval process, and boom, your game can be available on Steam.
Well, that makes me happier with Epic, because then it means that there's not, not to be too crass about it, but I'm not wading through junk to get to the games I actually care about.
Oh yeah, and there's tons of junk on Steam. That hasn't changed.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I get shown all the time with those stupid hentai games.
I love that you have hentai games. Just makes me so happy.
Just because I play Doki Doki. That's the only reason I can see why it's coming out, because I don't own another one.
Sure.
And Doki Doki isn't really a hentai game.
Audience, do you think he's telling the truth?
Probably not. I mean, you can look at my Steam library.
That's true. I can. Wow. Hentai game. Oh, the next one's a hentai game. No one knows if I'm lying or not. Except for you. No, it's just that one fucking game, man. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's like, hey, you liked that one a lot. I'm like, I did. It was a cool game. Doesn't mean I want more of this. Yeah. Oh my god, I have 400 games on Steam now.
Let's see here. I have.
Jeez.
Let's see. How do I find that out?
I went to my profile.
Oh, okay. So I used to be able to go through my library, but I don't see that number there now. Oh, wait, there we go. Games. I have 459.
Holy crap, dude.
That's because of Humble Bundle, though.
That's true.
It's like 10 to 12 games a month.
Gotta collect them all.
Yeah, right. So one day when I have free time.
Yeah.
To play them all.
And the unfortunate thing with all of this, so pretty much you have Steam and Epic, and over the past year, it looks like they've both worked very hard to make their storefronts better. Again, Steam is still the much more feature-rich one,
right?
But Epic brings some specific things to it, and there are games that I'm like, yep, it's exclusive there, and I play it there. I have no problem with that.
I wonder what you think Epic will look like in a year.
I think the whole. What in a year will they be doing that would be better? They'd be working on. I think they'll want to rework their store discoverability more.
Mm-hmm. Once they get more titles on there.
Yeah, that needs to be worked through.
That's kind of like what happened with Switch, where it was like, oh, really easy to find games, and all of a sudden there were a million games on Switch, and then it was a lot harder to find them.
Find anything.
Yeah.
Trying to think of other stuff like they'll probably Epic has a basic friends list going on. Work on that a bit more. Work on achievement system maybe.
Mm-hmm.
I know that's been talked about in the end. I think they have like a whole list of features that they want, and it's just been going very slowly. I think they were hoping to build it out much quicker, and that just did not happen.
Right.
Game Store API. Because I know I looked at it at one point and I was like, come on, it's the Epic Online Services. Like, what are you going to do?
Oh, man. Unrelated. Humble Bundle, my February games include Pathfinder, Kingmaker, Frostpunk, and that Eliza game that I was just looking at on Steam.
Cool. There you go.
That's kind of cool.
There we go. Right now, they have a ticketing system and game analytics. What they want is... because they want player data storage, so you can have save games between computers, saved in the cloud.
Right.
They don't have that. Player reports for negative behavior, their own in-game communication between players across any platforms, parties like PlayStation parties and groups, an actual overlay in the game that you can bring up, like the Steam overlay, their own matchmaking stuff, user-wide inventory, so games can give you things like Steam uses for trading cards and bullshit. I guess they use it for hats and other CSGO things as well. But an account-wide stuff. I think all this stuff is the next step of what Epic needs to be doing. Mm-hmm. It's nothing fancy. It's just doing the basic things.
Right.
But I think beyond that, like, it's kind of where they're at. And then they're writing Fortnite, which is still going.
Yeah, I mean, it's still... I feel like I don't hear about it as much as I used to, in terms of like in the pop culture, the cultural zeitgeist, I guess. But it must still be making tons of money for them. Oh,
I'm sure. Where is it? I mean, yeah, it's gone down a bit, like on Twitch. Mm-hmm. Like League, for whatever reason, is really high again. Like League of Legends is always stupidly high on the list, if not top. Fortnite is always in the top 3 or 4.
Still doing pretty good.
Yeah. So, no, I'm sure they're still making tons of money on that. So,
does your company work with streamers to stream Astro Deer, like in some sort of like paid capacity?
I don't think paid. I'd have to ask. We might sometimes. Mm-hmm. There are certain streamers we like to work with.
Mm-hmm. That you would like to, or you do like to?
We do like to.
Oh, okay.
That generally are just nice people that like the game, and we can show them new content and they get excited for it.
Yeah, that's good.
Want to stream it. So we'll give people some of those streamers, and our community manager at Systemera is just really good about giving those people content for them to show, so that they're excited, they get viewers, the whole thing. Like, everyone's happy. Yeah, I don't know if we directly pay anybody though.
Yeah, just in advanced content.
Kind of thing. Being like, hey, you're cool, you like our game, you like to stream it, so here's an access to an early build, so you can show off some of the new stuff we have coming out. Right. So I guess play favorites, but the person likes our game anyway, so
right.
I don't know. But no, we don't pay for any kind of huge push. So yeah, there have that. I don't know if GOG is really doing much of anything other than just existing.
I mean, do Steam or Epic? I think I know the answer for Steam, but Epic, do they do DRM free games?
No.
So then that's like the appeal for GOG, right? People who want to be able to move them, offload them to different,
Yeah. And not everything comes to GOG because of that.
Yeah, exactly. I saw that like there's a whole, what was it? Wolfenstein, New Blood, New Order, Old Blood, New Order?
Yeah, there's a big Bethesda sale right now.
Well, and those are the ones that just popped onto GOG.
Yeah.
And, also Dishonored 1 and 2 came on there. They all got DRM removed, basically.
Yeah, I guess at this point they're like, why not?
Yeah, right? This point in the life cycle?
Yeah. Yep, DRM free. All the Dishonoreds.
That's pretty good. Dishonored Complete Collection for $24.
Yeah. I realize I have Dishonored 2 somewhere.
Yeah, me too. Actually, I got it from Redbox.
Like, why do I have Dishonored 2 and what store do I have it in?
That is the thing, like fragmenting your library. It's like, where do I know I have it. Where is it?
Yeah, because I've been seeing it sitting around somewhere, and I was like, oh, I have Dishonored. Dishonored 2, and I should play that at some point. So...
Oh, I just opened up GOG, and the first game that pops up... Okay, what the fuck? Oh, wait a second. Okay, so 2 games. Bing, Sex, Intrigue, and Scalpels, and then Lula, the Sexy Empire. Makes me think... Did I play Doki Doki on GOG?
No, I get those.
I thought I played it on Steam.
No, it was on Steam.
Oh, okay.
I have Lula.
Oh, okay,
as
yeah.
well.
Okay.
These are not new games, is the thing. Bing and Lola, they're... Yeah, Bing is from 1995, and Lula
1995.
is...
Oh, shit.
1998.
Oh, okay. So this is
so
not like you like sexy
the
games.
good
Here
old
you
games
go.
Stuff where they have all the new stuff, but they also have tons of old emulated DOS and Windows games.
Right.
Which is fantastic. I have a bunch on there for that.
Wow. Okay. Oh my god. All right. Anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have much.
I mean, they have their niche.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like, those old computer games, right?
Yep, old computer games. I mean, I have. God. System Shock 2 here is the first place I got it.
Isn't this where Diablo came out? The original Diablo recently came out?
Yeah, the original Diablo on here.
Yeah.
With its expansion, too, which is crazy. Yeah, they put that on there. Yep, Diablo plus Hellfire.
Right.
$10. Which is funny, because I've been seeing people stream that recently.
Really?
Like, streamers have pulled it out and been like, I'm going to play original Diablo. And wow, was original Diablo painful as hell. But
I heard my cousin was in the living room playing that on fucking some system. I don't know if it was PlayStation or what. It was a console. And then I had Diablo 2 in the bedroom on my computer, and he would come in and look. Go back to playing Diablo, come back in and look. Go back, turn off the computer, or turn off PlayStation, come in and be like, can I play?
Yeah, it was PlayStation.
Yeah, there we go.
Because my cousin played it on PlayStation as well, the original.
What's up with us having cousins who play Diablo, the original on PlayStation?
On PlayStation? I don't know, because they didn't have a computer to play it on.
Yeah, I guess. I had my E-machine that kept restarting, but I still tried to play.
Yeah.
Anyways.
But, I mean, so they have their... But I kind of still feel like it's really just Epic and Steam are the two big boys in the digital space right now.
Yeah, on the PC side for sure.
For the PC. Yep.
Are you? But Cyberpunk isn't coming to Epic, I don't think.
No, it's coming to Steam though.
Steam and GOG.
Steam and GOG.
Yeah.
I will be getting it on GOG though.
Because of the DRM?
I'm getting it on the... I want to give CD Projekt the most money. They own GOG, so...
What the fuck is this?
I don't know.
Oh my gosh. I'm gonna have to buy this.
What is it?
There's on the fucking GOG, there's it has action, all the genres, action, adventure, simulation, and the last one is called Movies for Gamers. So can you hover over that?
Yeah.
And then look at the 6 things that pop up?
Yeah.
Do you see anything that would pique my interest?
The live concert?
Yes. There's a Witcher 3 live concert. Oh man, that's so cool.
I didn't know they had movies on here.
I didn't either. But they have a Witcher 3 live concert, which means I need to give them $10.
Hearts of Stone, let's see. It's an hour and 23 minutes. Or a little bit more. Hour and a half, probably.
Oh man.
So they have music from Wild Hunt, and then Heart of Stone, and Blood and Wine.
Oh my god.
Film Music Festival 2016.
This came out 2 years ago. What the fuck? There you go. Yeah, Hearthstone, Blood and Wine. All right. Check out now. Anyway, I'm just online buying things online while we're chatting.
Yeah, so I think overall in this past year that the Epic Game Store has at least been a positive on pushing Valve forward.
Right.
And you get free games through Epic, whatever.
Yeah.
And none of the exclusivity stuff with Epic, I feel, has been detrimental to anybody at all. Gamers, maybe just I have to wait because I won't buy it on Epic if you don't want to. But you still get the game eventually. And the dev gets extra money for it. So, win-win.
Which means they have more money to make more games in the future that you like.
Exactly. So, because, it's a rough business out there trying to make money with games. So, I think overall it's been good. I'm curious what the next year will bring for Valve and Steam and what they're going to do there.
I mean, Alex is going to bring them at least a ton of press, if nothing else.
They're going to get a press. I still don't know if it's going to... I mean, I'll hook up my VR headset again and I'll play it. But there's definitely a part of me that's like, is it going to be VR's killer app? I don't think so. I don't think VR has a killer app yet and is going to. Because I think it's being held back by the hardware more than anything.
Yeah. I still feel like Astropod is just like a once-in-a-generation game.
Yeah.
But it's a game... I don't want to say that you can play it without VR, because it is really like a Mario 64 kind of platforming experience, but the VR just adds so much. Anyone who comes over who hasn't played it yet, I put them in that game, and they're just like, wow. My cousin was just like stoked.
It's great, and they enjoy it.
But
do they go out and buy VR for it?
No, fuck no.
Exactly.
So totally true. And also, it's a game where you use the controller, so you're not really using the fucking Move controllers,
Yeah. Which those can be good. And that's the thing. I'm looking for the thing that you can show to someone, and they're going to go out and buy VR. They're like, I have to go out. I have to figure out how I can buy a VR headset.
I think the closest one has been Beat Saber, honestly.
Yeah?
Because my in-laws really wanted to play that game at their house, which they don't even play fucking games, and they just loved Beat Saber. But it kind of makes that what's it called? Oculus Go?
Yeah. Quest.
Thank you. Appealing because there's no computer, just hook it on your face and you have your little hand pedals.
Does Beat Saber play on that?
Yeah.
That's a good one for it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's the closest we're getting because it's the simplest. You can just be like, you just buy one device and you get to play.
Yep.
But still not quite there, I think, from mainstream. I'm just waiting. How much is a Quest?
It was $400 last time I saw.
Buy now. They're both out of stock, 64 gigabyte and 128. So they must have sold well enough.
I'd say that's a pretty good sign.
Yeah. Although the production, they don't make an insane number of them at Oculus. They make a good number of headsets, but they don't. We're not talking like Xbox and PlayStation level of quantities of consoles.
Yeah, I mean, PSVR is one that's the highest selling, so...
Yeah. So, I don't know. Alex will probably do some crazy stuff for Valve. At least give them press and stuff, but...
Yeah.
I have a hard time seeing that shifting people to being like, I'm going to buy a $1,000 set to play this game.
No, exactly. I don't feel like any killer app on fucking... I don't know, PlayStation or Xbox or whatever would compel me to spend $1,000 either. Yeah, like $400 is like the max for me.
Yeah, I think it still falls in the same thing with most consoles. So, yeah, I think Valve will be pushing the VR stuff for the next year. They continue it because they're building their own hardware as well. So that is a win-win for them. But yeah, I don't know. It's crazy times. And I am personally completely okay with our split competing stores.
Competition's good, man.
It is good. It needs to happen.
Yep.
So, and yeah, there's a little bit of annoyance when knowing what library I have something in. But really,
as long as I have the game somewhere,
it's on somewhere I can go. I can go find it. It's not that hard.
The thing that is annoying is I just bought the fucking Witcher movie, and it's not in my library because it's not a goddamn game. Where the fuck did it go?
I don't know. Where did it go?
I don't know. It's not here. And when I search, it's not there.
Actually, if you look over your thing, there's games and movies. There's a subcategory. So up on GOG across the top bar, you have the store about community support and then your name.
Well, I'm in GOG Galaxy 2.0.
Oh, I don't know.
I don't think it looks exactly the same. Orders history. Why don't I go there? And it shows the concert. And then can I click on it? Huh.
I just go to the website. Because on the website, there is a drop down whenever you're like, I want to see what's in my games list, movies, wish list.
Right.
You can actually just view your movies. My movie library is currently empty. There's a good chance that movies don't work in Galaxy 2.0.
Holy fuck. Okay, thanks guys. I just bought this game or a movie that I can't watch.
Oh, I'm sure you can just watch it. Go to
find the file on my
web page, and then you probably download it.
Yeah. I'll report back next week, folks.
Yeah.
Because I know you're all dying to hear.
Yes.
I'm looking at my order history. I haven't purchased anything on here since December 2017.
There you go.
And that was when I bought Oxenfree.
Oh, right. Yeah. So, yeah. It's not one I go to that often. Like I said, I'll buy CD Projekt games through there. I'll buy old games through there.
Yeah.
Sometimes some other ones if they're on a good sale or something, but meh. The de-arm thing doesn't bother me, so not so worried. But yeah.
Anything you've been playing lately?
Yeah, so we're talking about action RPGs. I bought a game called Wolcen, Wolcen, on Steam.
I think I've heard of that.
It's action RPG, I mean, Diablo-esque.
Uh-huh.
It's slower combat than Diablo. It has an active dodge button. It honestly reminds them like, this seems like what Diablo 4 is trying to be a little bit. Because you can actively have like the stamina thing, so you can actively roll away and dash and do dash attacks. And but it has all the normal loot, gear, progression, something like that. Gain a level, put your points in different stats. The passive tree though is I should say skills are not in your skill tree. They're not passive. You just learn skills. You find them as drops. You learn them. They level up, and you can customize each skill, kind of like the runes in Diablo 3, but grander. Like there's like 15 per skill, and you can spend points to activate different runes, basically. So you can kind of customize your skills to your build. And then the passive tree is a giant circular sphere grid, kind of like Path of Exile, but smaller.
Wasn't Path of Exile really unwieldy?
Yes, this is a lot less unwieldy. It's smaller, and so there's no classes. It's just how you're spending points here, and you can tell there's like red, purple, and green, and those are your like fighter, caster, and rogue. Kind of generally thing. And so there's the center ring is split into thirds, and there's a couple nodes in each of those. Then there's a middle ring, and I believe there is 2 red, 2 of each color in that ring, and they're slightly specialized more. And then there's an outer ring, and there's 3 or 4 again, deeper specializations. And the crazy thing about it, and it's probably hard to explain without a visual, is each of those rings you can rotate. So as you're making these path connections, you can rotate which subclass and specialty class you're going to move into.
Okay, that makes sense, because you're basically spinning a path in front of you.
And they're never locked in, so you can spin it later to disconnect a path and make a new path. So you're just basically can craft your own class. I've put, I think, 10, 12 hours into it in the past week. Made it to Act 2 out of, I think, 3 acts, and got to the Act 2 boss, and came so close to killing the Act 2 boss multiple times, and have just gotten trounced.
But it didn't bug out on you, it was just...
No, it's actually just hard. And that's one thing with the game, it is actually hard.
So I'm looking at reviews, and they're really mixed.
Yeah, so we'll talk about the really mixed reason, because it launched with an online mode. And the online mode didn't work for like days. You can still play it completely offline. That's how I've been playing it, because that's just how I play these games, so I didn't really care. But it had like a full-on, whenever you think about it, like Diablo 3 online thing, where your characters are stored on their servers. Whole friends lists are there, the whole thing. It launched, it got super popular, like talking like stayed as the top seller on Steam for 4 or 5 days. And their servers could not handle it. It's not shocking, because they're not a huge company. Blizzard couldn't even handle Diablo 3 when it launched.
Right.
So, yeah, they couldn't handle it. And it took them days to fix their servers. Like, huge database issues. And they just couldn't let people on, because their progress would be lost completely. So, yeah, that's where a lot of the mixed reviews are from.
Okay.
It's just like, yeah, people were pissed.
It looks fucking good. It looks.
I've had a lot of fun with it.
I'm seeing loot drops, and it's just like making me tingle a little bit.
There's loot drops. The passive tree has a lot of passive stuff in it, but then has like unique passive talents that really kind of change the game, give you resource management, things like that.
I see that rotating skill tree you're talking about.
Yep.
21 subclasses, Gate of Fates, customize your passives, make them fit your playstyle. That's fucking rad. That's pretty smart.
It's fun. It's a fun game. I need to try the second act boss a bit more, because I think my build is fine. It's just I actually have to play better. I need to dodge. I need to
You need to get good.
Yeah, basically pattern match on the ground better. Make sure I'm not standing in the things I shouldn't be standing in. Because it's not just like Diablo, sit and wail on the thing.
Yeah, right.
You will die pretty quickly in this game that way. So I played a pretty large chunk of that, and I've been enjoying it. I'd really like to get through this act and get to Act 3, see if I can beat the game, see what the end game is. But yeah, it's generally, like, for an indie game, pretty damn well polished. I would say, like, fully voice acted throughout with good voice acting, not terrible. Yeah, it really surprised me. Like, the quality is pretty high on it. But yeah, it came out of early access last Tuesday, I believe.
It's been early access for a couple of years, it seems like.
3.
Yeah.
And it came out. And they were not prepared for the number of people that were going to buy it when it came out of early access.
That's kind of a good problem to have, but that does expose your fundamentals, maybe.
Yeah, a little bit. But yeah, I can give it a general thumbs up.
Yeah.
Nice action RPG, and that is the guilty pleasure of genres for me. If it's an action RPG, I'm probably going to play it at some point. Even if it's not good, I will put time into it.
Right.
Because God, just give me the clickies and loot drops and
power, those colors.
Power increase. Just love it so much. And then what else did I play? I played some Pokemon Sword. Started on the Switch, just took that with me on a couple of commutes and when I've been out a little bit, and got to catch them all. Goddamn games.
Is there some reason why GOG would know you've been playing that game?
What game?
Pokemon Sword?
No.
Because when I logged in there just now, it says your friends are playing X, Y, and Z games, and one of them was Pokemon Sword, which is weird because that wouldn't be on GOG.
Really?
Yeah, that's so weird that you just said that. Like, you haven't hooked it up to, like, your fucking Switch library.
Maybe.
It says recently played by others. Okay, maybe not friends, by others. But it shows Wolcen, the one you just talked about, and it shows Pokemon Sword.
It's possible. So, here's the thing. Did you see the patch for Witcher 3 that just came out for the Switch?
Excuse me? There's a fucking patch for Witcher 3? No, I have not seen it.
On the Switch that does some graphics updates and makes it nicer, but makes it so that your GOG save is cross-play between Switch and GOG.
What the fuck? That's awesome.
Yeah, and so people are like loading up their Switch saves on PC and playing, and then saves it into the cloud, and they can go play it on their Switch.
Wow.
So yeah, clearly I may have connected things up at some point.
Huh. That's good, because it's two of the games you played. Then it has two others. It says Escape from Tarkov. Have you played that?
No, that's not me.
Okay, and Temtem.
That's not me either.
Okay, then what the fuck? That's weird.
Where did you see this?
It's in fucking Galaxy 2.0, which is apparently fucking my shit up here. But it says recently played by me, and then it says recently played by others, and Pokemon Sword is one of them.
Huh.
Yeah, don't know, man.
That is super weird.
Yeah. Also, I still can't find my fucking video. GOG, get on your shit. I wonder if I can, like, degrade back down to the original one.
To which one?
To regular GOG instead of the Galaxy.
No, just go to GOG.com in a web browser.
Yeah. That would necessitate me knowing my password.
Yes.
Instead of just logging in and it being there. Okay, I'll figure it out.
Yes.
Fine. I'll have to think about what my password is.
Or just, request a reset. I mean, I hear that's a thing that can happen.
I've heard about that. I'll have to look into that. For me this week, it's been Yoshi. That's it.
Nice.
Yoshi's Crafted World. My daughter, she just loves it. So we're slowly progressing. I'm like, oh wow, we're getting through the levels. We're getting to like more and more complex levels, and her attention span is getting bigger, so she's able to like stick with me through the whole level. I'm like, I'm gonna actually beat this game with my daughter.
That's pretty
quote
awesome.
unquote with my daughter, but
yeah.
She's into it. We play like a level, and then she really likes at each world there's a fucking like a gacha machine where you put in your coins and you get little eggs, and it opens up a costume, and she's so excited about what costume is next and putting on the new costumes and going through the level with a costume on. But if you get hit a couple times, your costume falls off, and she gets pissed when the costume falls off.
Oh no.
So I have to be really careful about not getting hit, which is hard when she's holding the screen and I'm holding the Joy-Con, and she's moving the screen all around, and I'm trying to like follow it and play, and just making me fucking nauseous. So yeah, that's my life right now.
Good times. Good times.
Yeah, but not much gaming other than that right now.
Makes sense.
Yeah. So, anything else for the good of the podcast?
No, I don't think so. I think I'm good.
All right. Well, this has been episode 230 of Prof and Dev Play Games. If you like us, rate us on your podcast service of choice. Also have a Patreon going on. Search Prof and Dev Play Games on Patreon. By next week, I hope I'll figure out how to play my Witcher video.
Do you have the password for Patreon now?
Shut the fuck up, dude.
I'll take that as a no.
It is somewhere in my brain. I'll have to figure that out. So keep supporting us, and we'll figure out who you are and get you on the show. I'm terrible at this, man. So until next time, this has been Prof and Dev Play Games.
All right. Later.